The art world is experiencing a seismic shift with the rise of AI-generated art. Initially met with awe, this new form raises profound questions about originality, ownership, and the very definition of art. Building upon this, imagine waking up one day to find that an AI has created a stunning piece of art. And what if it looks exactly like something you would make? Same style, same brushstrokes, same vibe. Here's the twist: that AI was trained on your work? So, who owns the new piece? Is this collaboration or a digital art heist? AI-generated art is exploding across the digital landscape. We're seeing breathtaking landscapes, hyper-real portraits, even AI-made images winning art competitions. The initial reaction is pure awe and wonder. But right after the wow comes an uncomfortable question. Where does inspiration end and imitation begin? These systems don't create in a vacuum. They require fuel. They're trained on massive datasets filled with human-made art. Paintings, photos, music, writing scraped from the internet. They learn patterns, styles, and techniques from this data. Then, they remix them at lightning speed. And that's where things get messy and complicated. When pixels collide with copyright, legal battles begin. Here's the core problem. Copyright law was never designed for machines that can create. In most countries, copyright protects human authorship and creativity. But AI doesn't fit neatly into that box. It's a gray area. If an image is generated by a model trained on thousands of artists' work, who's the author? The original artists, whose styles were absorbed by the AI? The developer who built the model and set its parameters? The person who typed the prompt that initiated the creation? Or the AI itself as an independent entity? There are already real cases of artists discovering AI outputs. These outputs mimic their unique style almost perfectly. And they do so without permission, credit, or compensation. At the same time, AI-generated art is being sold and licensed. It's being monetized at scale in various markets. The law is playing catch-up, struggling to keep pace with technology. This leads us to the ethical canvas, where moral questions arise. Supporters argue AI art is just a sophisticated collage. It's no different from how humans learn by studying the masters. Critics say that comparison breaks down when the process becomes automated, especially when it's commercial and limitless in its scope. This is where fair use gets blurry and difficult to define. Learning from art is one thing. It's a natural process. Mass scraping creative work and turning it into a profit engine is another. The fear isn't just about credit or recognition. It's about livelihoods and the ability to make a living. If an AI can endlessly replicate a style without attribution, what happens to the human behind it? How will they survive and continue to create? The current copyright laws, designed for human authorship, struggle to address this new reality. This leaves artists vulnerable and questioning the future of their livelihoods. They are unsure how to protect their work in this new landscape. The rise of AI art forces us to confront fundamental questions. Questions about creativity, ownership, and the value of human skill. It's a complex issue with no easy answers. The art world is at a crossroads, and the path forward is uncertain. Navigating this new territory will require careful consideration. an open dialogue between artists, developers, and policymakers. As artists grapple with these new realities, copyright law, in its current form, is ill-equipped to handle the complexities. The question of authorship becomes muddled when an AI, trained on thousands of artists, produces a new work. Is the author the original artist? The AI developer? Or the person who typed the prompt? Real-world cases are emerging where AI outputs closely mimic artist styles without permission or compensation. These AI-generated pieces are being sold and monetized. This legal gray area forces a reevaluation of fair use. Learning from art is one thing, but mass-scraping creative work for profit is another. The fear extends beyond credit. It's about the potential displacement of human artists by machines. Machines are capable of endless replication. Consider Sarah, a watercolor artist known for her delicate floral compositions. She discovered an AI-generated piece that mirrored her style so closely, it was almost indistinguishable. The AI had been trained on a dataset that included her publicly available works. The AI piece was being sold as a new floral masterpiece. Sarah felt a mix of violation and helplessness. "It's like someone stole my voice," she lamented, "and is now singing my songs for profit." Then there's David, a digital painter whose abstract landscapes were being replicated by an AI. The AI even captured the subtle brushstrokes and color palettes that defined his unique style. He found his work being used to generate stock images. These images were sold to companies for commercial use. David was never asked for permission. He received no compensation. He watched as his livelihood was eroded by algorithms. How can I compete with a machine that can produce endless variations of my work in seconds? These cases highlight the urgent need for legal and ethical frameworks. These frameworks must protect artists' rights in the age of artificial intelligence. The current system leaves artists vulnerable to exploitation. It stifles creativity by disincentivizing artists from sharing their work online. If every piece they create can be used to train an AI that will replace them, what incentive do they have? The question isn't whether AI can create art, but whether we can ensure that AI-generated art respects the rights and livelihoods of human artists. The debate continues, with artists, legal experts, and technologists grappling with these complex issues. The outcome will shape the future of art and creativity in the digital age. The stories of Sarah and David are not isolated incidents. They represent a growing trend of artists facing challenges from AI-generated content. Many artists are now hesitant to share their work online. They fear that their unique styles will be replicated. This hesitancy can stifle creativity and innovation. It limits the free exchange of ideas that is essential for artistic growth. The legal and ethical implications of AI art extend beyond individual artists. They affect the entire art ecosystem. Galleries, museums, and collectors are grappling with the question of authenticity. They are trying to determine the value of AI-generated art. The rise of AI art also raises questions about the role of human creativity. What does it mean to be an artist in a world where machines can create art? How do we define originality and artistic expression? These are complex questions with no easy answers. Finding solutions will require collaboration. It will require open dialogue between artists, technologists, and policymakers. We need to develop new legal frameworks. These frameworks must protect artists' rights. We also need to promote responsible AI development. This development should respect human creativity. It should foster innovation. The future of art depends on our ability to navigate these challenges. We must find a way to harness the power of AI. We must also preserve the unique value of human artistry. Only then can we ensure a vibrant and sustainable art ecosystem. This ecosystem will benefit both artists and audiences alike. The fear of displacement looms large, but the future of art ownership hinges on finding solutions that protect creative labor without stifling innovation. Several options are being considered. These include mandatory disclosure for AI-generated content. Licensing models for training data are also being considered. Embedded watermarks could track influence and attribution. Blockchain-based registries are being explored. They could trace ownership and distribute royalties automatically. While none of these solutions are perfect, inaction is not an option. Artists, developers, and policymakers must collaborate. They must define boundaries and establish ethical guidelines. Imagine a panel of diverse voices, debating the merits of each approach. The artist argues for stronger protections, fearing the devaluation of their work. The developer champions innovation, cautioning against overly restrictive regulations. The policymaker seeks a balance, ensuring fairness and fostering creativity. The debate is heated, but the shared goal is clear: a sustainable future for art. One proposal suggests a tiered system of AI art. Simple AI-generated images would require minimal disclosure, while complex, derivative works would necessitate stricter licensing. Another idea involves a Creative Commons for AI training data. Artists could voluntarily contribute their work, receiving compensation for its use. This would foster collaboration and ensure fair remuneration. The technological challenges are significant. Developing reliable watermarks and blockchain systems requires substantial investment, but the ethical imperative is even greater. We must rethink the meaning of originality. We must rethink it in a world where machines can imitate. Machines can potentially dream. This prompts us to consider who truly signs the canvas. Who truly signs the canvas when the next Rembrandt is written in code? Is it the AI, the programmer, or the user who crafted the prompt? Perhaps the answer lies in acknowledging a shared authorship, a collaboration between human and machine. Imagine a future art gallery. It features both human-created and AI-generated works. Each piece is labeled with its provenance. The AI art is accompanied by details of its training data and algorithms. Visitors marvel at the diversity and ingenuity on display. They engage in thoughtful discussions about the nature of art. They discuss the role of technology in creative expression. The gallery becomes a hub for innovation and dialogue. It is a testament to the power of human-machine collaboration. But the path forward is not without its pitfalls. The risk of misuse and exploitation remains. We must be vigilant in safeguarding artists' rights. We must ensure that AI serves as a tool for empowerment. It must not be a weapon of displacement. Ultimately, the future of art ownership depends on our collective choices. It depends on our willingness to embrace innovation responsibly. It depends on our commitment to protecting creative labor. As the lines between human and machine blur, we must redefine art. We must redefine it not by what creates it, but by what it evokes. By its ability to inspire, challenge, and connect us. The canvas awaits, and the code is ready. The future of art is ours to write. Will we choose a path of collaboration and creativity? Or one of conflict and exploitation? The choice, like the art itself, is in our hands. The possibilities are endless. The stakes are high. Let us proceed with wisdom and vision,